It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we've got ourselves a rematch of last year's AFC title game. It's the Ravens and the reigning Super Bowl champs on Thursday night.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we are back to football. It's the Thursday opener for 2024, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New York Jets. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
I love his football IQ. I love his ability to have people rally around him. And as he likes to remind me all the time when I get ready to call one of his games, I can run it a little bit too. A nice presence to have on your team.
And Dalton going to throw right away. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. So the completion results there in 9. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
At the 34-yard line.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So the Jets now in great position here to start things out. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Rodgers' throw complete here to Kmet. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Set. Yard. From the 29, here's 2nd down at a yard. On play action, it's Rodgers. inside by Evans. Touchdown! Mike Evans, 29 yards. And the Jets are on the board here first in the season opener. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
Dalton's throw caught by Kohler.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it again with Henry. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Henry out of the pistol. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. A 1st down carry for Henry. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Quinnen Williams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team can have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Quinnen Williams now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know After the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing is Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Andy Dalton. And incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. This will go to Henry out wide. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
And the Ravens 1st down.
Now wait. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. See, that's the 2nd time this half they put it on the carpet. Now, the first one they lost. Good news here, it doesn't cost them.
They do say that things even out in the course of a ball game. So you mentioned they lost the first one. This time, able to retain possession.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Draw play. This is Henry. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith, and he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Ravens are back within a score. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Xavier Gibson now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. Rodgers going to throw. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Dalton. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Jets.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. Defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Okay, over there, partner, because actually had another sack in this game that you just had to call. We're not even at halftime yet. No wonder this team has the lead. What an effort by the defense right from the word go. The adjustments at halftime, they're going to have to be big, or this could really get ugly in the second half.
He picks up 7 yards there, but they're still faced with a difficult 3rd and goal here.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness.
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And now out come the Jets. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
4 receivers split out here. It's 3rd and 8. Rodgers now to throw. That is caught.
Missed.
This will not go down. Still on his feet. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Mike Evans. His 104th career touchdown. 1 shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list. And the Jets are able to extend their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. Off the option, here's Henry. Oh, some strong running. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 111 yards rushing for him now as he goes over. Here in the season opener.
First down, Ravens.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up the running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers, and of course, to learning, and of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field.
Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that lead is back down to 9 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, third quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. No gain on the play. And it's second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this. A lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quentin Williams bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. So out now come the Jets.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're and how you continue to lead.
Ball again on second down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here's 3rd and 9. To throw is Rodgers. He finds his target. It's Evans. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Solomon Thomas gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Rodgers and the 1st and 10 at their own 13. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
67 yards rushing. He's run it 11 times.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Evans here.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. A give, running right is Hall.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. Now Rodgers. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards. In motion left goes a tight end. They'll try to run with Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard wide there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They begin with Henry. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll set up a throw. He dumps it off for Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And the Jets will take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on the...
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now it's Rodgers.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their pass. That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
This is caught by Evans. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd and goal. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams from 4 yards out.
And the Jets are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and control of this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
So that a nice throw, but it hasn't really turned out to be the grand debut that many had hoped for. His team's down double digits. So what have you seen, CD?
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Hassan Reddick make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Hall to start the drive. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
They'll run with Hall.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Broken tackle. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Hall again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
For the Jets field goal, a 48-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And they can't bring him down.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Open man, that's Henry. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
This 2nd and 4.
They'll drop to throw.
Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back in the 32. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It has been quite a display here in the opening game of the new season. Really, they're putting the rest of the NFL on notice. They are going to be title contenders as now they look to finish things off in the 4th quarter.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come. Sitting next to you, really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going